must creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's almost Valentine's Day. I wanted to get in one more Valentine's Day look. This one is a bit more amped up than the others. And of course, I had to do it right by doing another collab with two of my favorite YouTubers, I Am Netta Monroe and Makeup by Marisol. I just love working with these girls and they created some awesome looks this time. So after you're finished with this video, don't forget to head over to their channels to watch their videos. And in the spirit of Valentine's Day, don't forget to leave them some love and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. You don't want to miss out on some of the great content that these ladies put out. All right, so if you want to see how I got this Valentine's Day cut crease, then just keep watching. Starting out for primer, I'm using my Milk Blur Stick to blur the pores, and then into my Too Faced Peach Foundation in the shade Nude. For concealer, I'm using my Garnier Under Eye Dark Circle Cover. And then I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion to prime the lids. To set my face and eyes, I'm using the Beauty Bakerie Flower Sitting Powder, and then I'm going to bronze up my face with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And then I'm just dipping into the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette and just using the lightest shade for some minimal contour. Now for brows, I'm using the Beauty Bakerie BROWnies just to fill in my brows. I actually really like this stuff. It's very easy to work with. And now onto the eyes. This ended up being a very Storybook Cosmetics look. So I'm starting with their Charlie and the Chocolate Factory palette in the shade Augustus Gloop just to start out the transition. Then I'm transitioning to the Burn Book palette and going into the shade You Can't Sit With Us. And again, going over that transition. I'm just starting to build the shades of pinks. Back into Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, into the shade Everlasting Gobstopper, and I'm using a bit more of a tapered blending brush now, and just again, deepening that pink shade and flaring it out towards the brow bone. Now back into the Mean Girls palette, into the shade Wednesday. This is a very pigmented shadow, so I'm using a very stiff brush and an incredibly light hand to just start lightly depositing and deepening up that pink shade. Now I'm switching to kind of a more pointed blending brush back into Wednesday, and I'm really making sure that it's as dark as it can be, kind of right where I plan to cut the crease. Back into You Can't Sit With Us, and I'm just kind of blending over the top of that with a fluffier brush. Now for the cut crease, I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm just going to very carefully cut this out. You don't want to get too much of the pink in the concealer because it will start making your concealer turn like a pinkish shade. And just very carefully following that flick out. And I'm just using my finger to blend it in. Now back into the Mean Girls palette with kind of a fluffy flat brush, I'm using the shade The Plastics, and I'm just patting this white shade all over the lid. I'm using a more detailed brush to get right alongside that cut crease area. Then back into Everlasting Gobstopper, and I'm just going to very lightly blend this underneath the lash line. Then into You Can't Sit With Us, just to add kind of a peachy tone to it, and I'm blending this a little bit lower underneath the other color. Now I'm using this NYX Vivid Brights liner in the shade Vivid Fire just to kind of trace right where the bottom of that cut crease is. So now I'm using the Too Faced glitter glue, and now I'm just using a tiny angle brush to kind of dot that glitter glue all over that liner that I just put down. Now for the glitter, I'm using a glitter from JCat Beauty. This is called King's Rope. I'm just very carefully patting this glitter into the glitter glue, taking my time, just going little by little, and then doing kind of a second layer over the top to get any missed spots. Now for the liner, I'm using my Tarte Tartiest Double-Ended Liner. The brush of this is starting to get a little bit worn out though, so I ended up switching over to my Stila liquid eyeliner. And I'm just trying to do a wing that kind of matches up with the upper wing, but as you'll see, I ended up getting really big, thick black liner, which I think still looks okay with this. And then I'm just switching back to the pencil side of the Tarte liner to do the waterline. Now just curling the lashes and using my Loreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara on the top and bottom lashes. And then I'm just adding some lashes. These are the Ardell Double Up Wispies. But of course I did forget the inner corner highlight, so I'm going into the shade Charlie Bucket and just kind of lightly tapping this into the inner corner. And now to finish off the face, I'm going into the Beauty Bakerie Scoops Elysees palette and going into the shade Creme Brulee for a nice light dusting of blush. And then into the shade Beignet for the highlight. For lips, I am lining my lips with the Sephora Red Lip Liner. This isn't necessary, but I just prefer to do this when I'm using a darker lipstick. And then I'm going to top that with the Storybook Cosmetics Liquid Lipstick in the shade Sorcerer. Alright, so this is the finished Valentine's Day look. Don't forget to go check out I Am Netta Monroe and Makeup by Marisol's videos and show them some love. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!